Hey
Hello,
guys,
everybody.
welcome back to our YouTube
Yes.
channel. This is the Marriage Minded Podcast, and I'm your host King, and this is Betty.
Yeah, and we hope that part one was very insightful to all of you guys. This is part
Yes.
two, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like we have a lot of topics for you guys,
A lot.
and we cannot wait to go through this journey together.
Mm.
It is very exciting for us, as you can see, to be here.
Yeah.
And
And share the tips with you guys.
yes, I cannot wait for the story times.
Exactly. Yeah. So we are back with part two of how to create a budget that works for both partners.
That's right.
All right.
Exactly. We're very happy to see that part one was very good for some of you guys, and you're
Mm-hmm.
requesting part two. So here
Yeah.
we are.
Yes.
First step is to decide on the approach to combine finances.
Mm.
So you'll see that some of the topics are a lot for couples. It's just we're a couple now, so
Yeah.
it's just some things that we went through
That we went
ourselves,
through.
right?
That's why we are
So
sharing
we're
as well.
sharing those
Yeah.
things. Just like this first tip is about combining finances, so it would be between two partners.
Mm.
And you have three options, right? As long as you combine your finances, because it's really important. If your finances are not one, it could create some issues sometimes. It
Mhm.
depends on everybody, but to us, we found that combining our finances was the best idea for us. You have
Yes.
three options. The first one is to be fully combined,
Mm.
which means you have all your incomes joined together
Mhm.
in one account, and you budget together like that from there.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, that's a nice way to do things.
Mhm.
Like, for us, we are fully combined because we trust each other
Yeah.
and we are in this for
Mhm.
life.
Exactly.
So yeah, if you feel like you guys are in a situation where you guys don't know yet what the relationship is going,
Mhm.
you can go to the partial
And
combination, right?
yes.
Yeah. Because like literally when we went to open the bank account,
Yeah.
they were telling us like, if just a
Right.
disclaimer, just a disclaimer. If one of you runs away with the money,
Sorry.
it's now a problem, right? So
yeah, they have not. You
yeah,
sign papers saying that you basically trust each other.
yeah,
If one person takes the
takes
money,
the
sorry.
money.
And this one as well, a good way to actually keep it flowing
Mm.
is to tell each other when you're about to make X purchase that isn't in the budget.
In the budget. Mm.
Yeah, you just give a heads up, or if it's a big purchase, then discuss it and see if it's best to save up for the purchase or to actually
Do the
purchase right away.
purchase. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you have, like you said, the partially one where you maintain your own accounts, your personal expenses. I don't know, maybe you keep your own phone bill, and the other partner keeps
Keeps your own
its
phone bill.
and then you just contribute a set amount to the joint expenses.
Exactly.
So for rent, heat,
Mm.
water, whatever
Yeah,
it is
groceries
that,
and
yeah, that
yeah.
you're joint together in terms of expenses. You combine you're joint in expenses and bills, but you're separate in your own personal expenses.
Yeah, and income wise, I guess.
Yeah, as well.
Mm.
And then the third one is just proportional contribution, which means in this case that you're contributing at an income level. So whichever, let's say you make 80%, I make 20, then
I make more,
I'm just
so
going to contribute 20% to the incomes versus to the expenses. Sorry, versus 80%.
Yeah.
So I mean, so each their own. Honestly, I don't find that the last two are the best for us, and even for really just a couple. If we were to advise, it would be to fully combine, because if you're getting married and you're married, that means you have trust, right?
Yeah.
You trust each other. You also believe that you have the best in mind for
Exactly. Yeah.
the
I feel like it's just it's okay to go full in, and it's also not. It's also okay not to go full in. So it all depends on you guys. So
Yeah, and it's okay
Yeah.
to change your mind sometimes too. Like if you were to you already did the fully combined, maybe change to partial if is what works best,
yeah,
or proportional.
yeah, it's good. Yes. So for tip number 2 is to build an emergency fund.
That's right.
That's this one is
Together.
very important. Yes, build the
Together.
emergency fund together. Yes, of course, because right now we're talking about us together, right? So
But there's also.
yes. So yeah, build an emergency fund together.
Yeah.
This is an important step. It does like even if you are alone, you need to have an emergency fund because you never know what's gonna happen in 2 months. You never know what's gonna happen in a week. You know, like when COVID happened, that took a lot of people by surprise. Yo, the your office had to shut down. Like you couldn't go to work.
Exactly.
You know, so if you didn't have any money saved up, what are you going to do?
Yeah, it sucks for sure, and you need to have at least 3 to 6 months of emergency fund, right? For all the expenses that are, you can do for all your expenses, but maybe try to do for just the necessary ones, the main ones that obviously you can live without. For example, rent. You have to pay rent, so make sure that you have that you can, once there's an emergency, you're not having pocket money.
Yeah,
we can agree on that, right?
Yeah.
You're not going out to eat until your emergency is resolved. You know, so that's what I mean by making sure that it's, you can always go for just the main expenses, and then you leave the side ones that aren't necessarily important on the side.
Yeah, so mainly saving for the fixed expenses.
Exactly. Right.
Your rent, groceries, phone bill, and all that. So
that's right.
Yeah, that's what the emergency.
Exactly. Because also another thing is you need to determine how contributions will be split and prioritize as a shared safety net, right? So you need to make sure that this is a shared emergency fund, and you need to know how are we going to be splitting this. Are we keeping it in your savings account? Are we keeping it cash? Are we keeping it I don't know,
in the joint account?
In the joint account, you need to decide that for yourselves.
Yeah, the way we did it, we chose the account that we hardly use.
Exactly.
Right? So we hardly use her account. She hardly uses her account because I'm the one paying for most of the stuff. So, but
that's right.
Exactly. So the emergency fund is in her account, you know, because I know she will not spend it.
Yeah.
I won't be tempted to, like, you know, oh, I need a quick 100. I need a quick what. So
that's right. Yeah, for sure. That was the best idea, for real. Tip number 3 is to plan for discretionary spending. So for this one, you need to allocate a specific amount for leisure activities and personal indulgences. And these are the ones you don't need for your emergency fund. In an emergency, you don't need these.
You don't need this. No.
Yeah, so these ones are more for like activities hobbies that you might have. For him, it's the gym. What is for me?
For you, I think is eating, snacking.
Yes,
like
it's for treats.
I'm busy lifting weights. She's like, babe, I need snacks. I'm like, what snacks?
Listen, I'm breastfeeding your child, okay? Yes, I need a snack sometimes or two.
Right.
Yes, you need to make sure that you are planning for these things, because sometimes the day-to-day life just gets a bit of a routine, and you need a little bit of leisure to just get away and do something just for yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And it's okay. It doesn't have to be crazy, you know, skydiving. Sorry, I like that.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be skydiving.
We're doing that real soon.
Okay. Sure. Okay. It can just be a small thing, something that makes you happy, you know?
Yeah.
And for those things, you have to set clear boundaries to avoid overspending on non-essential items.
Setting the boundaries is the key word right there, right? Because sometimes she just wants to snack Monday to Sunday, right? And I tell her, like, yo, right now,
it's the hormones.
No, let's not blame the hormones. But like right now we don't have any more money for snacks, you know. We're on a tight budget right now, you know. Let's keep our eye on the goal.
Yes, he does a good job policing that. Saying policing as if it's like a bad word. It's not really a bad word.
I'm the money
He does
police.
a good job making sure that the boundaries we've set initially are being respected, and then so that we don't find ourselves the next month we are low on
We're
rent.
low, yeah. Of course, like
You don't want
like
that.
she does the same as well, right? Like when I want to buy a new camera, she's like, hapana, eh? It's not the time.
Stop it.
It's not the time right now, you know.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so we are here for each other. That's why having a partner that helps you, you know, it's really helpful.
Oh yeah, you have to keep each other accountable for sure.
That's part 1. So if you don't watch part 1, go back to part 1.
That's
yeah?
right.
Yeah.
And
for tip number 4, account for life changes. That's I think we also spoke about accounting for life changes in part 1. All right.
A little bit. We touched on
just a little bit. Yeah. So like for accounting for life changes is like to prepare yourself for major milestones, like having children, right?
Yeah.
We did talk about this, but
a little bit.
Yeah.
And even career shifts, even just unexpected expenses that are very important to do. I don't know, your car breaks down, you need to get it fixed for you guys to keep using it. So you have to account for those things.
Yeah.
It's a bit like an emergency fund, but not quite, because in this case it's a kind of a long-term emergency fund, if you see what I mean. And like for kids, it's more like you're not gonna go dip into the emergency fund for diapers and all the things that you should have kept in mind when you were doing your expenses, right?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that's how different it is from an emergency fund.
Yeah. So that's why it's important for you to adjust and revisit your your budget, right? So like
periodically.
So let's say something happened. You have twins, right?
That's right.
You have twins in the way. So like, hey, you know what? We need double the diapers that we needed last year. So yeah, get back on it. Review your budget.
That's right.
And just tweak the numbers up.
Exactly. That's why we said in part 1 to make sure that you always check in with each other every month to make sure that your budget reflects your life, your day-to-day life, and you continue to think about the future, not just the present.
I like that.
Just for tip number 5, you need to make sure that you are celebrating your wins together again when you're a couple, and by yourself as well if you were to have milestones that you were to accomplish. You need to just recognize those milestones and that you have achieved them, and those milestones can be paying off debt, reaching a savings goal. Let's say you were saving for an emergency fund. You got the goal. You gotta celebrate, even if it's small.
If it's small,
Even if, as long as you have like within yourself, because it actually helps your brain to realize that yes, this was a milestone, right? So you want to do it again. You want to keep doing it again. Hey.
Anglais, c'est pas facile.
C'est pas facile. You have to keep doing the same thing over and over again, right? And it's positive, so you need to also make sure that you use those small victories, the financial victories as we call them,
like as motivation, So like you need to, like, we did it, we did it. So like like if you guys keep celebrating these small wins, it will motivate you to keep on, going after your goals, to keep on saving, to keep on budgeting, to keep on putting money aside.
Because this one sometimes it's taken for granted, and we only realized how important it is to celebrate the wins, small or big, last year. Probably like around the beginning of the year or so. Or mid-year, something like that. And you can see that one after the other, we were able to actually hit 2 as much as it was hard last year. We were able to hit at least 2 milestones of ours last year.
And it was the big ones. We had a lot of small ones, but we had one big one that we really needed the celebration.
For sure. So it's very good, very important. We'll tell you guys all about it.
Yes. So this is it for part 2. But wait. They don't wait. 2 bonus tips for you guys.
That's right.
For my part of the tip is seek external advice. You know, if needed. Yes, we all need external advice. We need like a third mind.
Not for everything in the budget.
Yeah, of course not.
If needed in that sense.
Yeah. So if you guys need an external advice, we are here for you guys. Yeah. And right now we're doing it for free. Because we're just trying to help out. Yeah. But in the future, yesterday's price is not today's price.
You're so annoying. No, we realized that honestly, even just ourselves, we didn't have all the knowledge that we're still even learning until today. And every day of our lives, we're learning new things. And, sometimes family, growing up, you don't really talk about finances in the household. So it helps to have a second set of eyes, a second set of eyes to just look through your finances. Are your goals being really are your goals reflecting your finances? And are you saving too much rather than paying off debt first, so that you're not going back, right? And things like that. Yeah,
especially for us, that come from different countries, like coming here in Canada. We're not taught a lot of things that we've learned here, right? And some of us, we learned it the hard way. Some of us, we learned it late, So it's always good to ask, ask around. You can even go to your bank and be like, what can I do, to do this? I literally learned about the GIC account. When was it? 2 years in Canada. If I learned it before, I could have saved up, I guess, a little bit more money than I have. So
that's right.
It's always good to ask for help.
Oh yeah. And the second bonus tip would be to respect each other's differences.
Yes, that's a big one.
So in your financial freedom or financial planning, even if I can say that, you need to make sure that you allow room for compromise on spending priorities. We mentioned it in the previous video that you need to communicate your priorities, because you need to make sure that your priorities align. And in this case, you have to make sure that you try to compromise on the things that can be compromised on. Not everything can be compromised on, right? And you need to allow those differences, have the talk, sit down and have that conversation, see if it's doable, and one party will have to compromise, right? So
of course,
whether it's to do and make that expense or to not, at least there's a conversation that's respectful, and not, because you make more money, you're the one that gets to decide every single thing. At the end of the day, he's my leader, our family's
the breadwinner.
Yeah. So he still has to respect my differences, right? Respect my opinion in terms of what I bring to the conversation, right? If we were to want to make a decision on X expense, he still needs to hear me out.
Yep.
And then he doesn't have to do what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, the fact that we had a conversation, it makes me feel like, okay, I'm being heard. Even if we don't do the thing today, I'm sure that he'll understand. He understands where I'm coming from, and if it was possible, we would have done it. Basically, that's all it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sometimes it just takes that conversation to just, even myself, maybe I might think that this expense needs to be done right now.
So like everything you mentioned is like, it's part 1, so like I feel like if this doesn't really make sense to you guys, I feel like you should go back to part 1, watch it, take notes, and come back to part 2, and then all this that we're mentioning will make a lot more sense.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But make sure each partner feels represented,
for sure.
heard,
Their values are being
acknowledged.
yeah, exactly. That your values are on different things are
Yeah.
being heard, and then you plan accordingly as well, right? Because also another thing in this one is that maybe we're thinking of a vacation at the end of the year, right? So then I want a vacation to be done, but maybe you're like, I don't know about the end of the year, maybe next year. So then yeah, you sit down and have that conversation and see, okay, our budget allows it or
Allows or
not,
not,
and
yeah.
then we move on.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
it doesn't have to be a power play in this case.
I
But
like
yes, we are at the end of the video.
that. Yes.
Thank you so much for sticking until the end. We appreciate you. We love reading your comments. We love seeing that you guys love the video.
Videos,
Keep
yeah.
liking it. Sharing to your friends, your family members.
Yeah.
Anybody, your boss. Anyone in your life.
Maybe not your boss, because you might get fired. But share it to someone that you wanna help. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, imagine I'm your boss and you send me a financial tip.
Why not?
That's crazy. At least for me, I don't know.
No,
Like,
it's not crazy. I would say I can see bosses in my life that
that need financial help. Like, why are you driving a
That
Lamborghini?
they need me.
Lamborghini from Orleans to Canada. That's a lot of
Not that
gas.
they need it, but
Yeah.
like that they could use it, you know? A little extra kick here and there.
Yeah, guys. Send it to your boss. If anything happens, you know who to talk
No,
to.
don't just send it. Have a conversation first.
Yeah.
If it's your boss. Yeah. We love and appreciate you guys.
Yes,
and
sir.
we can't wait to see you guys on another video.
Yes. Next video next week. I'll be so
Yes.
excited. Yeah. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Oh yeah. Bye. Jinx.